Imagine becoming the leader of an entire country before the age of 35. While most politicians spend decades climbing the political ladder, a handful of African leaders reached the highest office while still remarkably young. Some were revolutionaries, some were soldiers, and some were political outsiders who shocked their nations. Their rise to power would change the course of their countries, sometimes for better, sometimes for worse. Today, we explore Africa's youngest presidents in history. Politics is often seen as a game for the experienced. Most presidents around the world reach power in their 50s or 60s after decades of political life. But occasionally, history moves faster. Moments of crisis, revolution, or political upheaval can suddenly elevate young leaders into positions of enormous power. Africa's political history contains several such moments, and the result has been the rise of some of the *** youngest heads of state in modern history. Michel Micombero, Burundi. One of the youngest presidents in African history was Michel Micombero of Burundi. In 1966, at just 26 years old, Micombero seized power in a military coup. At an age when most people are still building their careers, he became the leader of an entire nation. Micombero abolished the monarchy and declared Burundi a republic, but his rule will become controversial. Political tensions and ethnic conflict intensified during his presidency, leading to periods of instability that deeply affected Burundi's future. Micombero's story shows that youthful leadership does not always mean progressive change. Sometimes, it reflects the turbulence of the political moment. Thomas Sankara. Few young leaders in Africa have inspired as much admiration as Thomas Sankara. In 1983, Sankara became president of Burkina Faso at the age of 33. A charismatic military officer with revolutionary ideas, Sankara sought to completely transform his country. He renamed the nation Burkina Faso, meaning land of upright people. His government launched ambitious reforms: land redistribution, mass vaccination programs, anti-corruption campaigns, women's rights initiatives. Sankara also rejected foreign dependency and pushed for African self-reliance. Because of his radical ideas and revolutionary style, he became known as Africa's Che Guevara. But his presidency was short-lived. In 1987, Sankara was assassinated in a coup. Despite his brief rule, his ideas continue to inspire political movements across Africa today. Andry Rajoelina. In 2009, Madagascar witnessed a dramatic political crisis. Amid protests and government instability, Andry Rajoelina, a former DJ and entrepreneur-turned-politician, rose to power. At just 34 years old, he became one of the youngest national leaders in the world. His rise was controversial, with critics describing the power transfer as a coup. However, Rajoelina remained a major figure in Malagasy politics and later returned to power through elections. His story reflects the complex and often unpredictable nature of African political transitions. Ibrahim Traoré. One of the youngest leaders in the world today is Captain Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso. In 2022, Traoré seized power in a military coup at the age of 34. His rise came during a period of deep insecurity, as Burkina Faso faced escalating attacks from extremist groups. Many young Africans saw Traoré as a symbol of a new generation determined to challenge old political systems. His leadership has drawn both strong support and international scrutiny. For some, he represents hope for change. For others, his rise reflects a continuing influence of military power in African politics. The pattern of young leadership. When we examine the youngest presidents in Africa, a pattern emerges. Many came to power during moments of crisis or revolution. Military coups, political unrest, public frustration with older political elites. In such moments, younger leaders can appear as symbols of renewal and transformation. But the results have been mixed. Some pursued reform. Others struggle with the immense pressures of leadership. Africa is the youngest continent in the world. More than 60% of its population is under 25. Yet leadership across the continent has often remained in the hands of older political generations. The rise of young presidents raises an important question. Will the future of African leadership increasingly belong to younger leaders? Or will experience continue to dominate the highest levels of power? History shows that age alone does not determine leadership success. But when youth meets vision, courage, and opportunity, the results can reshape nations. Which young African leader do you think had the greatest impact? Tell us in the comments below. And if you enjoy powerful stories about African political history, subscribe to Chronicles Africa for more deep dives into the leaders and events shaping the continent. History is still unfolding,